express yourself. While it would be nice if it was optional, we are who we are all the time we're out and about. Think about it. Even choosing to go without clothing is showing something about yourself that's more than your body. Or trying the safe option, whatever the safe option is for your time and place, still announces your time and place and compliance or camouflage. Presentation is something that historically, famously, and very specifically is a type of playground. Not just for the rich, such as couture or limited editions. There are street photographer accounts capturing the soul of a place as displayed in its people going about their everyday lives. If you know the language and signs, then shoes, watches, bags, and definitely jewelry are signposts. A wedding ring or necklace is a statement. A sports team logo is a statement. What to wear is one of the easier or more mandatory examples of how to play with showing the world or a special person who you are using a form of playing, in that case, fashion. There are so many other ways to play with announcing or introducing yourself, or giving people a VIP pass into understanding you, or how you want to be seen by them. Hi, this is Sanctuary of Play, a virtual church with a joyful mission that play is a sacred gift and an innate part of our natures which should be celebrated. We feel play is a basic need like sleep, food and water, shelter, and community. Like those things, play is good for us, has a purpose, and can be expressed in many ways. We're going to talk about play today and encourage play in our everyday lives. When I started thinking about using play to express myself or yourself for today's chat, the first form that came to mind for me was music playlists. Music playlists can be automated and broadcast, like having your most listened to list on an app be there if anyone visits your profile, and it gets sent to you to remind you what you've done for the whole year. But a playlist can also be very curated. I have CDs, thumb drives, and zips that were party favors from weddings, announcements, anniversaries, and other special events. Some of them match what was played at the party, and I can boost remembering by playing the soundtrack I was given. In my circle of friends, a playlist is also a declaration of intent and a courting gift, which is really sweet because it can become a traditional in your relationship, and you can build a collection and a practice of gifting each other playlists. I'll give a personal example of a playlist. The 1985 song Be Near Me from the English pop band ABC is maybe a little bit obscure. It's also the song I sent to my partner because I was missing them while traveling so much this month. It is sweet, painfully and beautifully 80s, and not only told them how I was feeling about them, but also conveyed that it was me, that I was the one who was missing them. The way we speak is constantly exhibiting who we are. I don't just mean an accent or the accent you pick. I know people with double accents, and it's fun to hear an English phrase in their Hong Kong accent versus their Los Angeles accent. But today I'm talking about code switching, argots, cants, vernaculars, jargons, in-jokes, secret languages, and my favorite, which is culturally relevant conversations using specific references, like using quotes from movies. I've endured, although it was still fun, but a bit much, waiting in line with friends who held an entire discussion for a while only in Arnold Schwarzenegger movie quotes. This did happen. Choices were made. There were a lot of options. It was impressive, but it also took a very specific lived experience to understand, and even more, to participate skillfully. I've played a commercially made card game about quotes, although thankfully it wasn't limited to Schwarzenegger movies. And I can remember at least one Bollywood movie where the hero and the maiden flirted in scholarly historical poem couplets. We open our mouths and speak and announce not just location and heritage and accent, etc., but also we tell people things like our brand of humor, our habits, the areas our self or formal education has covered, etc. The literal sports or instruments you choose to take the time to play can show a lot about you. Did you pick up a guitar to go with a glamping habit? Do you keep a hacky sack in your pocket? Is there a room in your house set aside for a full-sized, massive, standing harp taller than you are that you talk about all the time and have a cheapy harp dangle on your phone? I might be talking about somebody there. Or there you are at a party wearing something that makes you feel great, cracking in jokes with friends, and being carried by the background music when a song you love to dance to comes on. You have a favorite line dance for this song. All your friends use that line dance too, and as a group, you will add your style to the steps with hair choreography over here, a little bit of a dabika stomp over there, a hint of tutting, an extra butt bounce to a hip move, or pushing up on toes on point for a second, or a million other flourishes that are fun and add personalization to a group activity. In that group, at that party with your friends, you belong. You get to show off. Your exuberance is celebrated. Dancing is so iconic, even the Barbie movie made a joke about bespoke choreography for Barbie's party. Or say you get dragged to a Rocky Horror Picture Show when visiting a friend a few hours away. You decide to wear plaid, and you keep your toast in a sandwich bag to be kind to the cleanup crew. Your callouts are different than the local callouts. You like theirs, they like yours. The next time when you get dragged to a midnight picture show at home, you get to use the new to you callouts, and just like that, there's cultural exchange. You've shown where you were, and now you're back where you are. taking it back to the beginning of chatting about showing off and telling the world who you are, or telling exactly who you want to know, exactly something about you. Taking it back to display, wearing things. There's a more formal and intentional collection of what to wear that's not clothes or functional items like bags. There are things that exist just and only to tell the world who you are and what you want the world to know about you. Congress critters wear flag pins. There's a ton of subculture pin creators that can be found using keywords on apps for that perfect pin that will help you find your people. British royals have backstories about which brooch they choose to wear on their shoulder. Punks like their patches. Festival beauties like temporary tattoos. Lots of people like permanent tattoos. Dating subcultures make it simpler and easier to hit on each other with different colors of bandanas and where the bandanas are attached to your body, which can be very local, so don't automatically go with anything you read online. I could go on and on about showing off or showing up or showing out. Pick a show. And I'm happy to talk more in comments if anyone has thoughts or questions. We've explored a few of the many ways, to play with announcing or introducing yourself, which is a companion to last week's talk about how play can help you become yourself. So once you are you, telling the world who you are, and sometimes giving people an inside peek to understanding you and or exactly what part of you you want them to see. Thank you for joining me today as we talked about play. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next Sunday.